People of the world, welcome to Send It Rising Live. I am a happy camper. There have been many moments in my life where I have not been a happy camper, but I happen to be right now. And just wanted to share that with you. I hope your life is going well. Today, we're talking about TikTok surpassing 1.5 billion users. I spent about 12 hours writing, producing, filming a song, and it got 5 likes on TikTok. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But new report suggesting TikTok will surpass 1.5 billion users. Yep. TikTok adding Disney character voices to its text to speech feature. TikTok also launching Creative Exchange, a platform to connect brands with top creators. We're going to talk about all of that. Additionally, Facebook asked users what content was good or bad. Some of the results were shocking. We'll dive into that. Vietnam jails a Facebook user for 7 years for anti-state protests. And Google Ads shopping ads bug resulted in a huge cost per click increase. The issue has been resolved, but we'll dive into what happened there. And finally, Google Pixel 6 can now track heart and respiratory rate using a camera. I've talked about this many times, like diabetics, blood sugar, or heart rate, that sort of stuff, as we become more and more bionic. But let's start with the main article today, which is, well, I should say all links to all articles are in the description. This one comes from Social Media Today. New report suggests TikTok will surpass 1.5 billion users in 2022. Despite rivals, they're getting great momentum. They're set to pass 1.5 billion users. This puts it well ahead of Instagram, which remains at about a billion active users. This is based on something called App Annie, and those predictions have been accurate in the past. The growth rate is unprecedented. I absolutely love TikTok. The app's rapid ascension is significant. So I definitely get a lot of views on TikTok, a lot more than any other of the other platforms I do. And I usually do social media news. If you want to follow me on TikTok, it's at Send It Rising, SENDITRISING. But yeah, I did a couple of videos. I did one that's a song about Mark Zuckerberg changing Facebook to Meta, and how they profit off of racism and violent content, and how that is an incredibly difficult sort of thing for them to solve, / they're profiting from it. So that's a song. And then I did another song recently called Work From Home Revolution, where I literally took out my bass guitar, wrote the entire thing, took out the guitar, wrote it, add distortion pedals, did the drumming, sang it, added the effects to the singing, produced the MP3, uploaded the MP3 to Final Cut Pro, and then had a costume change. There's like a devil character, and then there's like me driving in a car singing, and then there are like photos in the background that alternate, and then I literally subtitled the whole thing, not by clicking just the subtitle button, by manually entering the lyrics to the song into the Final Cut Pro itself, which, the whole thing took like 13 hours, 14 hours. And I'm like, this is great. This is going to be awesome. Uploaded it. 5 likes. 5. Oh, it hurts me. It hurts us. Oh man, I am telling you, it's they say quality. Meanwhile, I've done TikToks where I spent, I don't know, 6 minutes, and they got 5,000 views and 70 some likes. So I don't know. I do enjoy making the music videos, but man, the community is not any stretch of the imagination thinking they are halfway decent, which hurts my feelings. Oh, there we go. Brad Hess coming in saying working hard for the likes. He gets it. But yeah, so it goes. Anyway, so TikTok rapid ascension, 1.5 billion users. If you're not on TikTok, it's not what you think. It's not this music-based app. It's anybody and everything. It's 2400. Get a 2400 on your SAT. It's car repair. It's YouTube. And they're just crushing it. And YouTube Shorts isn't even close to as cool as TikTok. Speaking of which, TikTok adding Disney character voices to its text-to-speech feature. If you want to be cool like Brad Hess and join us in the live chat, youtube.com/Send It Rising, 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday. You can say whatever you want to me right there in the little chat box. TikTok adding Disney character voices. Got it. This is a pretty cool announcement according to social media today. Okay, great. So, oh, it's a partnership. This is why this is interesting. So Disney is going, okay, TikTok, we get it. You guys are just dominant, and so there's like C3PO, text to speech options, and Disney. They're not stupid over there. They know what's up, and so they are getting on some of these trends. They know that if Disney stuff goes viral and TikTok, that their numbers are going to go up for sure. And again, it's very interesting to me that this is not an American-based company. Funny. Janine Wells in chat writes, Brad Hess isn't as cool as Kellen. Janine, I don't know. Do we really need beef in the Send It Rising chat? Are we starting beefs? Janine Wells. Anyway, join us in the chat. It's fun. So yeah, I don't know. It makes perfect sense to me. But again, TikTok is a Chinese-based company. So typically it was like Facebook and Apple and Twitter, and it's all just America, America, America. But for TikTok to come in and for American companies to, say, yeah, we need to partner with you for sure, just goes to show that, the Chinese economy being so incredible, is moving into this, moving into this other space. Brad Hess writes, my kids think I'm cool. I think that goes a long way. And he's right. A little story about Brad. I don't know if you knew this, but he had a birthday recently. And he ended up throwing a party in this beautiful mansion. And I bought him and his kids this axe throwing game, but not real axes, like fake plastic axes. And they liked him. So now you know something about Brad that you didn't know 5 seconds ago. TikTok launches creative exchange platform to connect brands with top creators. TikTok's adding another option to facilitate more brand creator partnerships with the launch of a new creative exchange platform. This weekend, I was at this place called Pampas. I was invited by Rev Ciencio. You can go check out the Rev Ciencio interview I did recently. Brad says that his kids are obsessed with the axe game. That's good. That makes me happy. And what ended up happening? So I get invited to this thing by this guy named Rev. Long story. Basically, he's friends with some of my best friends out here, and he's from the East Coast. And it was the wildest turn of events that they were like college best friends. It was just crazy that I interviewed him. Anyway, so I end up at this event, and there's this social media influencer thing happening. And all of these influencers got these like portable lights that they shine on the food. And it was one of the coolest, hippest rooms I've ever been in, because all of these people have hundreds of thousands of followers, and they're just taking pictures of the food. They're foodies, and I had just a blast. And I am big, big, big on influencer marketing. I met the gentleman who owned that particular agency. It turns out that Rev referred him to it. So very, very cool. Try to get him on the show. His name's Paul Ryu. You can check him out at jmpforce.com. That's J as in jump, M as in Mary, P as in Paul, force.com. They do pretty cool work with influencers. But basically, TikTok launching a creative exchange platform to connect brands with top creators. This is the move. All of these influencers, they want to get paid. TikTok explains, quote, TikTok creative exchange platform gives marketers instant access to a selection of the best TikTok creative partners in the industry and enables efficient collaboration at scale. Excuse me. Our network of creative experts will help tailor and personalize content to improve ad performance on TikTok and drive business results. And so, I mean, that old adage of, what is it? Oh, don't care what people think. Don't care what people think. You've heard that your whole life. And I've always taken that with a grain of salt, because I'm like, right, because I'm supposed to go and just like throw my hot drink in somebody's face because I don't like them, because I don't care what they think. It's one of those cliches that, it doesn't solve all your problems, right? And we live in an economy now where what people think is so incredibly important. And yet we run around saying, I don't care what people think. And you can take that to mean create the content that you want to create, and you'll find an audience because you actually love what you're doing. That's one interpretation, and I would agree with that interpretation. But this notion that, that 2 likes is going to make you any money is just not true. So what people think has now become money. I mean, it was before, to be fair, but now it's so visible. Our popularity is so public, And when it comes to these creator exchanges, I mean, can you imagine the pressure that these people have to keep up their follower count? It was wild at this event. Um, what people would do is they would say their name and then they would say their follower count. They were like, "Hey, Bill, whatever, 272,000 Instagram." You know what I mean? And so they literally become this number of people that love them, and it's just the career. This is just what it is. And obviously, TikTok knows that this is where all the money is. I know that this is where all the money is, and so they're putting it out there for people to touch base with the companies. There you go. TikTok creative exchange platform is what it's called. Moving right along, slate.com. Facebook asked users what content was good or bad for the world. Some of the results were shocking. On October 23rd, 2020, according to the article, a number of Facebook employees attended a work presentation that asked a rather complex question: how much of newsfeed is good or bad for the world? According to the disclosures made to the Securities and Exchange Commission and provided to Congress in redacted form by Frances Haugen's legal counsel, the redacted versions received by Congress were viewed by a consortium of news organizations, including Slate. Okay, 143,000 people across dozens of countries scrolled through their news feeds and were asked about each post. Is this kind of post good for the world? They could pick from very good, somewhat good, neutral, somewhat bad, and very bad. And it was supposed to be like a subjective measure of people's perceptions. And the survey found that the most engaged posts are those with the broadest reach, were more consistently considered BFTW. What's that mean? GFTW, BFTW. They're using all these weird acronyms. Bad for the world. There we go. Or good for the world. GFTW or BFTW. All right. So, what is the takeaway here? The topics of the post most often considered bad for the world revolved around crime, politics, and games, puzzles, and play. That's so funny. So, crime, yeah, bad for the world. Sure. Politics, bad for the world, apparently. And games, puzzles, and play. That is too good. Um, just because it's highly addictive, maybe. Funny. As a side note, the data also demonstrated that posts around politics and social issues labeled civic content at Facebook are more likely perceived as bad for the world, even if they don't have a wide reach. Interesting. Well, I mean, this isn't really that shocking, is it? That people think that political content is bad for the world. What is the good for the world stuff? Okay. It varied from posts about positive developments in the world to stuff users simply and subjectively found humorous. Okay, so it could get dark. So it's like QAnon dark comedy that people think is good for the world, and some people um, admitted that it included some prejudice stuff. So it just depends how twisted these people are in the head is what they consider good for the world. I mean, but I don't know. What's the point? I don't know. Who cares? I don't really care. Are you like, here's my thing. Like, Facebook to me is not somewhere where I'd like to spend my time. Do you spend time on Facebook? I don't know. I certainly don't. It's not that interesting to me. And so for me, TikTok is a much better place to kind of grow an audience and who cares? Vietnam jails Facebook user for 7 years for anti-state posts. Finance.yahoo.com. A court in Vietnam on Monday sentenced an aquaculture farmer to 7 years in prison after finding him guilty of spreading anti-state propaganda. Dude, I'm saying, like, protect your right to talk about the government. I mean, just imagine living in a world or in a country where you have to fear jail time, legitimate jail time. So this gentleman, whose name I will not try to pronounce, 42, was convicted of making, storing, spreading information, materials, items for the purpose of opposing the state at a one-day trial in the central province of Can Hoa, the official Vietnam news agency said. So apparently there's economic reform and there's a ruling communist party that's retaining tight media censorship. Criticism's not allowed. Just rough. Just rough. The fact that this exists in 2021 just makes me so sad. How are we not over this? How do we not have freedom of the press? Just absolutely mind-boggling. SearchEngineLand.com, Google Ads shopping ads bug results in huge cost per click increase. So apparently there's this shopping ads bug that made people pay a lot more. So there was a bug in Google shopping ads where the cost per click spiked from 50 to 200% over the weekend. It was confirmed by Google. So if you have been doing Google shopping ads recently from November 12th through November 13th, you really should check that out. If you were impacted, apparently a Google rep is going to be in touch with you to, I don't know, make it so you don't pay that much. That is wild to me that Google can just mess up and all of a sudden people are spending a lot more money. So do be cognizant of your Google ads. If you're doing in shopping, know that you probably overpaid. Final article of the day, Times of India. Google Pixel 6 can now track heart and respiratory rate using a camera. Google announced a feature for its health tracking platform, Google Fit, that uses smartphone camera and flash to track heart and respiratory rate. The company has started to roll out the feature. Let's see. Respiratory rate is a big deal. I mean, this sort of thing could call 911 for you, you know? I think the future of this kind of technology is very exciting. I think for diabetics, there's going to be a lot of solutions coming out of the smartphone. I know a diabetic who is basically robotic at this point. She's got a lot of tech that she wears, which is very cool, saving lives, prolonging lives, that sort of thing. But this sort of thing is going to be able to track heart rate. It's going to know when you're stressed. Eventually, we're going to get into the sort of blood sugar land, where it'll say, "Are you feeling sluggish? You should maybe eat a carrot." Your caffeine level is dropping. You know what I mean? Just looking at the body as the machine it is. Additionally, realizing that technology is going to sort of elucidate the fact that we are just robots, and you can put numbers to why it is that we feel the way we feel. I mean, wouldn't it be interesting if there were serotonin and dopamine levels that you could monitor and be like, "Oh, I am really happy and this must be why," or blood alcohol. Dude, it's wild. I mean, it's going to be absolutely wild as things progress in this particular area. So let's recap. So there's a support that's suggesting that TikTok's going to surpass 1.5 billion users. I mean, wouldn't surprise me one bit. If you are not on TikTok, I recommend you get on it. It's a very interesting platform. If you are a marketer, it is a no-brainer. I'm a little bit embarrassed that it took me as long as it did to get onto the platform, but now that I'm there, it is by far the best performing social media platform that we have at Send It Rising. Check us out at Send It Rising if you're on TikTok, and tell me how terrible the 2 music videos I just made are, how cringeworthy they are, and how embarrassing they are. So just go there and leave a comment and go #cringe, #Kellen. Seriously, stay in your lane. Talk about marketing. Please don't sing to us. You're just hurting our ears. So that's TikTok for you. Big growth. TikTok also adding Disney character voices. This obviously is relevant because when a force like Disney rolls in, it just goes to show that the platform itself is very powerful and ultimately that they are here to stay. Not to mention, this is a huge benefit as things go viral every day on TikTok for Disney. They want these influencers using voices from, say, Star Wars, princesses, that sort of thing. And then, of course, TikTok influencers themselves are thrilled to be able to access this content. I feel like the world of, hey, that's my photo. Hey, that's our, intellectual property. I don't know, man. It feels like these companies are seeing big, big, big benefits by giving via licensing deals with social media companies the ability to use this stuff. I mean, I could see Nintendo coming in and being like, "Oh yeah, you want to do like a Mario filter?" And all of a sudden the beneficiaries, of course, are the creators themselves, and ultimately then the users. But it starts with deals like this one where Disney character voices are now added as a text to speech feature. TikTok launching creative exchange platform. So like my sister, when you have over 100,000 followers, you want to get paid for posts. I mean, TikTok's not stupid. They know that they can connect A with B and it equals C. C is cash in this equation. Facebook asked users what content was good. Yeah, we get it. It's cute stuff and funny stuff. What do they think is bad? Politics and hate. Unsurprising. And finally, we got to fight for our rights, people. In Vietnam in 2021, a gentleman was jailed for 7 years for anti-state posts. Not okay. Not okay. And finally, Google Ads shopping bug resulted in a huge pay-per-click increase. So if If you've been running ads on Google Shopping, make sure that you contact Google. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the show today. Join us live, youtube.com/send it rising, and iTunes and Spotify, and a bunch of other platforms like Facebook. If you're on Twitch, it's at Kautzmania, KAUTZMANIA, where I used to stream chess. Thanks for swinging on by the show. Please download, share, etc. Bye for now.